Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to my humble abode. It has been a little bit of time since I last filmed in my own space. This is where I share all my tarot readings with my clients that don't see me at the Oracle. And also, happy winter solstice. Today is the winter solstice, and I've had some messages come to me from the universe for today after looking up some information about the winter solstice for this video. Physically, the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year and also the longest night of the year, and so it gets dark very quickly tonight. And when I was tuning into the darkness coming early tonight, I received this message that it could be connected to this thing that some people go through when they're on a spiritual journey called the dark night of the soul. And the dark night of the soul is this energy of when you're going through something really difficult, really challenging, really emotionally charged in your life. This could come through for you as a long-term relationship ending, or a illness, or even if you're just on a spiritual awakening journey for yourself personally, and you're just having friends fall away, having turmoil come up in your life. That can also be the dark night of the soul for you. But with each dark night of the soul, there is a new beginning afterwards, a new light that comes in after that massively dark night. And just as with the winter solstice physically being the longest night of the year and it getting dark earlier, it is a message of new beginnings. And after that dark night of the soul, after that long dark night, the longest night of the year, there's a new beginning, and the light begins to return earlier and faster, and the sun begins to illuminate our planet again. And I wanted to pull some cards for today to tune into this message a little bit more for us, and to usher in this energy of the light returning for us, both physically and emotionally and spiritually and mentally, and also the new beginnings that are associated with that for us. So I am going to start here with this self-care deck. It's the same one I use in all my readings, whether you see me in person, whether you see me over a Zoom reading, whether you watch my videos. It's the same deck every time because I absolutely love this deck. And I'm going to shuffle with my eyes shut, and I'm going to pull 3 cards. So what I want you to do right now for me is just choose quickly whatever number comes to the top of your mind, comes forward in your heart, 1, 2, or 3, and this will be your self-care practice to usher in this new light for you, to usher in these new beginnings, and to potentially embrace this darkest night that we are experiencing tonight with winter solstice. All right, I'll get into these cards afterwards. There's group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, so if you had the number 1 come to you, oof, so powerful. You have this beautiful self-care for you for the winter solstice to bring in these new beginnings, is to open up your heart, your mind, and your reality to surprises. That is so powerful. And on the back of the card it says, release expectations, release your expectations, and be open to surprise. And this is a really powerful self-care and like mental practice for all of us, but really for you guys that chose group 1, because when we have expectations on our life, on our events, on the humans and beings in our lives, whether they're positive expectations or negative expectations, those are what manifest for us. And then when we put that stamp, it really is like a type of stamp I'm seeing right now, of expectation on our lives and those around us and on ourselves, then any other possibility of magic and surprise and wonder and beauty and love and joy that might be waiting for us stays in this box. So from today onward, moving through this darkest night of the year, and to welcome in this light and these new beginnings for you, remember to take a deep breath, breathe out your expectations, and open your heart and your life up to the wonderful surprises that might be waiting for you. Group 2. If you chose card number 2, if 2 was the number that came to you, this is very similar, interesting energy for for the 1 and 2, but we have here the realm of possibilities. And this is similar to that energy of not putting expectations on it. But what I'm hearing for you guys that chose this number 2 and this energy of 2 is to really think bigger. Whatever possibilities and plans and dreams you have for yourself, really open up your mind to all the realms of possibility that are possible for you with this renewal and light returning with the winter solstice. And really tune into that energy of you can go as big as your imagination and your mind will let you. So don't put yourself in a little box thinking that only this is possible for me and only this small thing is possible. Literally, there's an infinite realm of possibility waiting for you guys. And on the back of this card, it says, focus your attention on what could go right. When you learn to imagine the best case scenario, you get to enjoy the experience twice. So there you go, my number 2s. Don't put yourself in a box. Don't corner yourself into just expecting or assuming that only tiny little things are possible for you, because really you create your possibilities and your realities and your experiences through what you can dream up. And that is a massive power to tune into for yourself with this new beginning. If number 3 was the number that happened to resonate with you, with the 1 through 3, then yours is priorities. This is your best self-care for bringing in these new beginnings and welcoming in this new light for you. And this priority self-care is when you already have, maybe you're already really good at tuning into all the possibilities that are waiting for you. And so you have a very full calendar, you're very busy or social being, or maybe you just have a lot of responsibilities on your plate. This is that card of not all these responsibilities, not all these engagements and plans and even people I'm hearing are as important as some other things that maybe you want to bring in or are already on your calendar. So this is that energy of allowing yourself to take some things off your calendar if you need to. You can see here that there's some things have been crossed off completely. This is also the energy of maybe you have something up here at the very beginning that you have that almost that thought or that external pressure, or maybe your own healing still needing to happen for you is telling you this is the important thing, but your heart is like, it's not really that important. It can wait. And so you can listen to that to bring in this new beginning and light for you and shift that down here. And maybe there's something down that's you've kind of been waiting on that is going to nourish you and is going to help you bring forth this new beginning. And this is your opportunity to shift those things that your heart is telling you is most important, that your soul is yearning for you to listen to. shift them up your priorities list and shift those other things that are more like weights down. And the message on the back of this self-care card says, the quality of your life is determined by how you spend your time. Make sure your schedule reflects the life you want. Make sure your schedule reflects the life you want and not the life that other people think you should have or want for you. You are the creator, so you get to choose how your life is scheduled and what is a priority for you. All right, moving forward, I'm going to pull some tarot cards for all of us now. I'm actually going to just shift these out of frame so I have room to pull tarot cards. And we will get into that because I'm going to pull some other oracle deck cards for us to see what other more specific energies we can tap into for these three groups. I'm going to start with this deck here. It is a Everyday Witches Tarot. It is adorable. It is illustrated by a Scholastic school book artist. So if this is probably aging me horribly, but if you remember book fairs from your childhood elementary school days, an illustrator of that Scholastic school book fairs illustrated this deck, and it is adorable and loving and full of light. So this is for all of us, guidance to help usher in these new beginnings and awaken the light within us all so that we can tune into the light that is coming back into our lives. I'm feeling you, I'm feeling you, and I'm feeling you. All right. Ooh, yeah, there's definitely movement happening. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. Amazing. Love it. We start here with the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is all knights through all of the tarot are action and movement forwards. And this Knight of Pentacles, you can see here that he's about to take off, but he hasn't quite lifted off yet. And the Knight of Pentacles is one of the slowest moving action cards in the tarot deck. And it's not because he's a dawdler or he delays or anything like that. He's the slowest moving action card in the tarot because he wants to make sure that the ground that he's taking off from or about to land on is very firmly solid, supportive, will last as long as he needs it to last. And this also speaks to like the metaphor of gardening. If you're wanting to plant seeds or intentions or manifestations for yourself in that garden, you want to make sure that that soil, that garden bed, is going to nourish the seeds, is going to support them, is going to help them take root and grow to the best possible outcome. And that is why this is a slow moving action card, because it's urging all of us with these new beginnings that are about to happen for us, and with the energy of the light returning, to know and to take that time to set the foundation properly so that we can move forward into these new beginnings, into these more illuminated, bright times, knowing that our landing pad, I'm hearing, is going to be able to support our weight, whether we're taking off from it or we're landing down on it. And this is also a card of your physical, I'm hearing not like your house foundation, but your physical foundation, so where you live, your finances, your physical vessel's health, your body's health. All of that is being called to tend to before you take off onto this next level, and to make sure that it is there for you to land upon. Okay. Next we have the High Priestess, which is such a powerful card to come forward. She is also tuning into a new light, you can see here with that magic ball, and she's also pulling tarot cards, which is interesting. This tarot spread she's actually got here on the side reminds me of a tarot spread where you can tune into the guidance of the earth, your guides, the angels, your soul, I believe. So maybe in a future video I will need to do that spread for us, because that is definitely making me remember that spread. and it is definitely a powerful one to tune into, to receive guidance from all the planes and realms surrounding us that are here for our support. And the High Priestess is a major arcana card, which is a huge milestone happening for us in these realms of new beginnings. And this is us tapping into that inner knowing, releasing that expectation so that magic can fly out, tapping into how much realms of possibility await for us behind the veil, because the High Priestess is also this energy of knowing the secrets of the divine, tuning into the cosmic energies, and in a really deep, passionate, connected, aligned way. She is the one that keeps the secrets that are behind this veil. So we have that power to tap into with this new beginning when we listen to our bodies, listen to our souls, listen to our intuition to help us move forward. And especially if we take the time to make sure that our foundations are laid and that our soil is healthy and nourished and supportive of whatever we want to tap into it, then it will certainly support us and help us moving forward to attune deeper to the energies that are surrounding us, that are here for us. And then we have here a page of cups, which is a beautiful card to have happen in this reading of new beginnings, especially after this card of setting your foundation and making sure your soil for your intentions is healthy and supportive and nourishing, and to tune into your intuition and your inner knowing and the guidance of your body and beyond to really set forth that information. I'm also hearing that for you group twos with this realm of possibility, that this is going to be massive for you moving forward, because the energy or the number attached to the High Priestess is 2. I don't know if you can see it down there. So just a little wink and elbow nudge for you people who chose the possibility self-care card. But this Page of Cups is super important for right now, for this energy of embracing this darkest night, this longest night, and moving forward into embracing new beginnings, ushering in that new light, because all pages denote and bring a message of a new beginning on its way, which is really interesting, that the winter solstice also mentions new beginnings on its way and light returning. And this isn't this new beginning here yet for us, but it is definitely on its way in. So if you've been connecting to your emotions more, connecting to your feelings more, feeling artistic tendencies arise within you, wanting to connect to your passions, I'm hearing, follow your inspirations, follow your curiosities forward, and really paint a new life for yourself, it is happening for you. That new beginning isn't quite here yet, but we're not in the energy of that new beginning yet. We are still in the energy of the longest and darkest night. But after that comes the new beginning, which is so beautiful and so powerful for this energy of new beginnings and light returning. And it's interesting just seeing myself in the camera and seeing this, my painting. I painted this, little plug, behind me. This is actually a morning scene in this painting. It's not a evening scene, and a lot of people think that it's a sunset that's happening, but it is actually a sunrise. And the sun is rising for us and will rise for us soon in our physical world and in our emotional, spiritual, energetic world as well. All right, I'm going to pull from this other tarot deck. I feel like they're very connected because this is a little witchy tarot deck, and they always have cats in them because cats are very much the familiars of witches. And this is a Soul Cats tarot. And if you are one of my students, you've heard me joke that when I got this deck, it's very much the energy of when you adopt an animal from a shelter, because all of the cats and the Soul Cats tarot are so adorable, but like real life cats, they also have their own unique personalities and also their own unique claws and teeth. So they will have some very interesting guidance for us with this winter solstice energy. And we have quite a few cards fell forward here. So we start here with the Three of Swords. So with that dark night of the soul energy that we might be experiencing right now, we might be called to really let go. Group 3, I'm thinking of you. This is also the Three of Swords. Swords connects to your thoughts, your reasoning, your logic. It connects to the personal power you perceive you have in your life. And if you feel like you don't have a lot of personal power in your life, you might not feel like you can even set a proper foundation. But this is a card of letting you know that it might be time to maybe one of these priorities that you need to release is actually something that is kind of hurting your heart, and even the act of releasing it can cause type of feelings is what it feels like to me. It's like when you tear off a band-aid really quickly. It hurts in that moment and it kind of stings a little bit afterwards, but then fresh air, fresh thoughts, fresh perceptions can reach that old wound to heal it on a new level that could not be healed previously. And then we have the World. So this is a really beautiful card as well to come up for us in this reading, because the World is a massive milestone. It's a major arcana card. It's an ending, and it is also a beginning in the same. And you can see here this beautiful soul cat is just having a rest. So maybe I'm getting the sense that this might be a message for some of you, that in the ending that is this winter solstice with the longest night and potentially the darkest night of the soul, to let yourself rest after you pull that band-aid off. There's no rush, right? Take your time to make sure the foundation is set properly. And then when we do that, the energy in which we end a chapter is the energy in which the new beginning is brought in by. And then we have here the Four of Wands. So this is a really beautiful energy of celebration and light returning to your home life, stability coming back in, and really just like having a good time, I'm feeling. So just make sure you're having a good time with whatever you're doing, even if it's pulling off that band-aid. It's all in your perception. So I'm hearing if you pick at the wound after you've pulled the band-aid off, then you're gonna prolong that pain for you. But if you can just let it be, then there's gonna be stability coming back into your daily life, into your schedule, I'm hearing, into your passions, into your home life, into your schedule. So just let it be and let the light in. I'm hearing the wound can't heal if you play with it. And it's interesting because we had this Page of Cups, and now we have this Page of Cups. So both Pages of Cups have come out for us in this reading. And so this holds the same energy as the other Page of Cups, with denoting a new beginning on its way for us, with this message of the light returning for us, ushering in these new beginnings after this long dark night. And I'm also hearing this message for some of you to not play around with your emotions or your feelings towards something. If your heart or your soul is telling you a certain message, a certain inkling, a certain guidance, it's telling you that for a reason, and to follow that and trust it and know that it is true. I'm also hearing this message for some of us that we need to hear right now, which is something can be true for you and false for someone else. And it doesn't mean that that person is wrong because it's false for them. And it doesn't mean it's false for you because it's false for them. we all live in all these separate realities because our separate perceptions create our separate realities. So something can be true for you and false for someone else at the same time. So trust that knowing you feel inside, and don't play around with your emotions or the emotions or inklings of others, because we're all on this plane together, living through separate realities. And then the last card that came forward is the Devil card. And this is a card that has a little bit of, he has a bad reputation. It's kind of like the Tower card in tarot. And I actually really love the Devil card in this deck. And the Devil card in general is misread a lot, because people think, oh, am I the devil? Am I this dark, dark energy? No, not at all. The devil, you can see here, his eyes are glowing. And the devil is all about, again, your perception. So if you feel trapped, if you feel stuck, if you feel lower than others, then this is your opportunity to free yourself, because all of that is a self-entrapment, self-belittlement. It's a negative self-talk. So what are you telling yourself? What are you perceiving from within that is making you feel small or powerless or trapped? And also, you can't really see it so much in the figures on this card, but in the traditional Devil card, it's the devil, like a little, literally like red devil above two figures, and there's a man and a woman chained to his throne, but the chains around these figures' necks are loose. The chains are loose. And this means that you, in that moment of feeling weak and powerless and trapped, have the power within you to knock the chains off yourself. They only feel heavy. They're only giving you the illusion of being heavy and weighing you down. They are loose around your neck. And at any moment, you can choose to be like, oh, there's actually like air here. There's actually room for me to put my hands underneath and heave it over my head. And you might feel a little tired doing that because they are still chains. But there is space to breathe. There is room to get your hands there and fling that chain free from you and simply walk away into the light and walk away into the new beginning. Okay, so tuning into pile 1, 2, and 3 again. I'm gonna shimmy all these down because we're done with those. We have, with this light returning for us and these new beginnings coming, we have this energy of archetypes coming forward for us, either to give us messages of like this beautiful positive light is coming forward for you, or it could also be messages of, hey, there's still some healing that is required for you to reach and understand that there's a new light happening for you right now. So again, okay, already, so this, I feel like this is for everybody, this card that flew forward, and then I'm going to say again, choose 1, 2, or 3, and then I'll pull the 3 cards for the 3 groups. But right now, we have the Wounded Child archetype coming forward, and this card says, awakens compassion and desire to serve others, wounded children, opens to learning the path of forgiveness. And this makes me think of this 3 of Swords as well, because sometimes in the act of pulling that band-aid off or that sword out, and sometimes in the path of tuning into the chains that are loose around our neck, there is forgiveness that is needed as well. But this is you tuning into that deeper level of compassion and the ability to forgive and serve yourself, your community, the collective, the globe, the environment on a deeper, more meaningful level. All right, choose one, choose three, choose one, choose two, or choose three. All right, we have group one. Sorry, this needs to go over here. We have group two. And group three. Group one, the archetype that is coming forward for you, and I feel like this is like potentially a little bit of a surprise for you, so hang on, but you have the archetype of the pioneer coming forward for you. So it's really time to think outside that box and let that lid off and all the sparkles inside illuminate your life, because it says here, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Have you been putting yourself in a box, group one? Because it is time to, and it's a, look at, it's a literal light bulb of love. So think outside the box. Don't put yourself in a box. Let that light inside that box illuminate. There's even like little orbs of light behind this light bulb that's illuminated that look like this. So when you can release those expectations and tune into that new beginning energy, that illuminated night, you become a pioneer for things that are, I'm hearing, needing to happen for you and for others in your life, and even potentially on a larger scale, but you need to get out of this box before it will happen for you. So you will have the pioneer being illuminated for you coming with these new beginnings. Group two, you have the archetype coming forward of the liberator, which says freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. It's time to get that cord, that chain that feels so heavy around your neck, that's maybe making you feel like you gotta think small, and remove it from yourself. She also has a light. She's the one carrying the light, and you are carrying the light as well for yourself and for others and for the larger scale of what is needed on this planet. You are the liberator. You're going to help yourself and others break free from these self-illusions of being trapped and small and powerless. That is the new beginning that is being illuminated for you by number twos. Number three, we have, all these energies are so big. We have the Messiah coming forward for those who chose number three. And this is serving humanity with humility. So this is really like, if you feel like you've been called to serve a greater community, or maybe even serve your family, serve others in a really meaningful way, this Messiah card is coming forward for you to let you know that you're en route. And she doesn't have a light on her, but she is kind of the light herself, which is kind of interesting. So you have this Messiah guidance coming through. I feel like you're also a guide for yourself. So if there's been something on your heart that's been asking to be moved up your priority list, then this is your opportunity and your invitation to tune into that energy and illuminate yourself so that you can be the one that serves the humanity you know and the greater humanity with humility and love and illumination. All right, the last card I'm also hearing just any of these self-care cards, any of these archetype cards that are coming forward for us. We will probably all feel connected to all of them as being pioneers and liberators and messiahs for ourselves and those in our life. So don't feel like, oh, I chose pile 1, but I really feel connected to pile 3. It's for everyone, but some of us may feel more pioneer energy and more surprise versus expectation, and some of us may feel more Messiah energy and more prioritizing than the others. So that is why I have formatted it this way. So along with releasing those old beliefs and that energy of being trapped, we have this last deck, and this is going to show us all. This is for everyone. There's no pile choosing in this last card, but it's going to show us what we are bringing in subconsciously already with the work we've been doing, the healing we've been undertaking, the clarity we've been receiving, the actions we've been choosing. This is going to show us what we're all manifesting together as a collective community, as a collective whole, as individuals, from all of this clearing we've been doing this year and what is waiting for us in this new beginning. It's a positive energy that we've been manifesting for ourselves, both individually, in our families, in our communities that are close-knit, and also our collective community. And if you're watching this, you're definitely part of the collective conscious community. And even if you don't know what that means, it just means that you're tuning in to the deeper energies and the bigger picture for yourself and for the whole, which is a really powerful energy to tune into. And we can use the writing on this card to bring in this new beginning, this new light that's waiting for us after this long, darkest night of the year, potentially of the soul, so it can shine even brighter and be even larger. I'm feeling this card right here for us. All right, my friends, the last message I have for you for this winter solstice reading is the energy of letting go. You have to let go to let in. I give the analogy when I pull this card sometimes. It says, allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. Allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. And the analogy I like to give in real life for any type of message of needing to let go is if you were someone who is maybe not so much a tidy person, or maybe when you were younger you were told to clean your room and so you just shoved everything in a closet and you're like, how much stuff can I fit in this closet? And then doors are kind of like bulging open because you've crammed so much in this closet. And maybe it's a spiritual closet, maybe it's an emotional closet, or maybe it's a real life physical closet, but you've crammed so much into it that the doors are like popping open. You can't fit any more in that closet before you take some of the stuff out of it. And you can't even almost take anything out of it, because if you were to open it at that point, it would just spill out on top of you. Emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, it'll just avalanche of old things that I should have let go a long time ago. So you gotta let go of the old energies, the old pains that need to be forgiven and released, the old beliefs that have been weighing you back, so that these beautiful new beginnings can come in for you. And you can tune into your own vast, loving, all-knowing intuition and inner guidance to help you illuminate what might need to be let go. But as soon as we can let go through forgiveness, through clearing, through decluttering our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual lives, then that is when those new beginnings of love and peace and inspiration and joy and opportunity are able to start to bloom for us and be planted and grow and show up in our physical human lives in this existence. All right, my friends, that is our reading for the winter solstice. I hope you all have a beautiful day today. I hope that this reading gave you clarity and love and guidance moving forward through this longest night of the year, and whatever darkness might be happening for you, whatever clearing might be needing for you, know that you are the light, you are the guide, you are the creator of these new beginnings and this illumination coming through. And I'm hearing tune into nature if you're wondering how to let go, to flow. And stay tuned as well, because I believe on December 26th I will be posting again from home for the Cancer full moon reading. Blessings, my beautiful friends, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.
Bye.